Morning, friends. I've got another craft. We're doing another paper flower today. This one's a super easy one and actually one of my favorites. So let's get into it. Super easy. I'm literally making long strips of paper here. Something like that. I'm using double-sided tape on this one. This has been hanging around some dirt pile. Okay. Me and double-sided tape are not friends. Sometimes it just doesn't like me. Okay, laying down double-sided tape on one of the edges. See that? Cutting off the extra. See if this wants to cooperate with me today. Usually the tape never does. Just taking off the extra if I can, because double-sided tape and me are not friends. See? There we go. Okay. What we're going to do, long edge, folding over to this edge, don't crease it. We want it rounded on the edge. So what I mean by that is coming in, and this is construction paper that I'm using. It's a little thicker. You could probably use crepe paper. I'd use any, once you get the technique, you can probably use anything. Okay, so don't crease this edge here, okay? Leave this rounded, not a crease. And you can see kind of where the double-sided tape is. You see that on the edge, we have that 1/4 inch. We're going to make little slits all the way to that 1/4 inch. All the way down. Don't cut all the way through like I'm about to do accidentally. The thinner, I think the easier it is to twirl it around the stick when we go to do that. The bigger, the chunkier, with a construction paper specifically, it's not going to look great. A crepe paper probably rolls a little better, is a little easier to work with. For this purpose, I think construction paper gives you a better, I don't know, it's a little firmer. It's going to give you a better tutorial of how to do it. And then once you get the technique down, you can use the finer paper, which will actually make it nicer and prettier and thinner. Oh, shit. All right, well, we can do it in 2 pieces. So what I have are 2, it should be 1 long piece, and we're going to put double-sided tape along the edge here, too. I think even in 2 pieces this will work, but how frustrating. Early morning crafting. Excited to be back. I miss my ladies. I miss my crafting. I miss communicating regularly. Okay. So now that I've got those on, cutting away the extra. Extra. I did this all wrong. No, I didn't. I thought I did this wrong for a minute, y'all, but I didn't. Okay. So then, we're going to take that double-sided tape we just put on, and we're going to start twisting around and down. You see this? Okay, and then I've got 1 more to go around the bottom. And had this been 1 whole piece, you just would have kept going all the way down. I cut mine. So again, instead of starting over, wasting this, I'm going with the flow. All right. I'm going to pick up where I left off, attach my end, and just start twisting my stick down the entire. And there you go. You can play with it if you want, but what I find, you can add little balls to it, bobbles. Sometimes what you can do is take an edge and just start curling the ends a little bit if you wanted a little more curled on the ends effect. But I love making these. They're so easy. They remind me, I'm trying to think which flower that reminds me of a little bit. Kind of like I guess any kind of like thistle stalk, right? So let's do one more. Again, we're cutting a paper in half is probably fine. We're doing double-sided tape, which I feel like I just lost. Where did my tape go, y'all? Oh, here it is. Double-sided tape down one side. Can everybody see this? Alright. Cutting off the edges, the ends. I also have not had my coffee. I'm doing this before coffee. First of all, can I talk about the nasty coffee we had in our house this morning? It was horrible, y'all. I couldn't even drink it. So I had to go do capitalism and buy a nice coffee. So I'm doing this prior to even having a coffee. That's how devoted to you ladies I am trying to be. Come on, tape. Anybody else hate double-sided tape as much as me? I feel like we have a problem with each other. Jeez Louise. Well, at least you get to see how... Here we go. Not everybody has their stuff together. All right, again, we're going to fold over onto that long line. And we're not creasing. We want that rounded edge, okay? So folding over. See that? Keeping it rounded. And then we're going to cut to that 1/4 inch tape. Little thins. And the bigger the paper, the bigger your prawns or leaves are going to be. The smaller the paper, the smaller it's going to be. Almost there. Okay. Long strand. Double-sided tape along that long edge again. Hi, kitty. Make sure it's secured. Cut the ends off. Now I'm going to start fighting with it like I always do. When you don't get along, I'm going to get you this time. We're going to get you this time. Tape. Why? What did I do? Do we have it? Are we? No. Alright, one more time. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Nope. There we go. One long strand this time. Grab another skewer. Alright, let's do this. Attach it at the top and just start rolling. Just keep rolling. Just keep rolling. I feel like the beginning is always hard, but then you get to a point where it just starts moving. Just keep rolling, just keep rolling. All the way down. Now this one's a little tighter. Okay, so then again, you can paint your stems, you can put crepe paper around them, you can... you know, clearly also break them because they're long. But, you know, I'm manipulating the flowers. But then what you get are these great, I don't know what I would call them. they just kind of remind me of lavender stalks a little bit. You know, lavender is the green with the little purple shoots. So maybe I would call these like the lavender flowers. So when you do a bunch of them and add some green in. So flower number 2, let's call it lavender. Do them in purple, it'll be really pretty. And then I like to throw these into my bouquet as well. So let's see how, let's like add these into our bouquets and on to flower tutorial number 3 coming in another day or so, okay? Happy crafting, y'all.